Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. Today is going to be a VeeCon recap episode. I actually didn't go to VeeCon, but Michael did, and so he is going to tell us everything that happened and share with us his experience of the third VeeCon. So, Michael, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. I flew in on a Spirit Airlines red-eye last night.
Oh, gosh.
So I slept for about an hour on the plane, and today was my kid's first day of school. All three of them gone back to school, so that was really, really cool. And we are here. I'm excited to chat about VeeCon. It was awesome. LA was great. I actually enjoyed downtown LA this time. I kept saying I really enjoyed downtown LA, but a lot going on, a lot of really cool stuff, and I had a blast.
Sweet. Yeah. So when did you get there?
I arrived Thursday morning about 11 o'clock, took the Uber to the dispensary, of course, because that's how you got to start any trip to California. And then I walked around for a while. I couldn't check in till like 4 o'clock, so I walked around for like 3-4 hours like I like to do, and I think I got 9 miles in that first day.
Wow.
Yep. Saw some cool stuff, walked all around town, got checked into my hotel. I was at a spot called the Freehand, downtown LA, about a 10-minute walk from the venues. So that was Thursday. I checked out the new Kobe statue. Did you see the new Kobe statue they put up a couple months ago?
Oh, no, I don't think I did.
Yeah, it's him and his daughter, and it's got these huge wings like he's an angel. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing an Eagles hat.
Really?
Yeah, he's wearing an Eagles. He's from went to high school in Philadelphia. He's an Eagles fan. Yep. So he's wearing an Eagles hat in the statue in Los Angeles, which is crazy that they would do that, but they did. So did that. Got checked into my hotel, and then my buddy Rob Messer had kind of a pre-show meetup party at a sports bar, and there's a lot of people showed up. Probably 40, 50, 60. I don't even know. People showed up. Ulitra was there. Hey. And who else was there that we know?
Love her.
Christy Russell was there. Do you know Christy Russell from POAP? She's a really good friend of mine.
I don't think I've met that person.
Oh, yeah. Christy's the one that hooked us up when we were doing our POAP that time.
Oh, okay.
Like the 150th episode, Mambot's POAP or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, she was there, and she was actually there with her 17-year-old son. That was cool. There were a lot of kids there. People were bringing their kids. A good amount of people brought their kids. For sure.
Oh, to VeeCon? Yeah, last time there were a lot of... So you're saying there are more kids this time?
There was always more than most conferences. I'd maybe say a little bit more, but not like...
It's pretty kid-friendly.
A few of my friends brought their kids, so maybe that's why I felt like there was more, because I got to actually meet a couple sets of kids, and like families were there.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was all in all, it was awesome. Like there's some things, like I'll say the things that I thought weren't great about it, but I had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have. The conference, the side parties, the city. After Rob's party, there was something called Lead Her, if you know that group, but it was a World of Women event.
I don't.
Like Leader, but Lead Her is kind of, I forget who puts it on. I forget their names. I did meet a couple of the people putting it on. But that was very nice. They had food and drinks. Maha, remember Maha from Gary Vee's team? She spoke there.
Yes.
She spoke there, and that was really cool. And a bunch more friends showed up. It was a lot of the same people from the first thing, but saw Steve Bark there. We hung out a good amount this weekend. What a good dude. I can't say enough good things about Steve. And but that was a really good event. I I think I ditched out of there a little bit early since it was such a long day, but maybe 10 o'clock or whatever. And then went back to my hotel, passed out. The next morning was Friday. And another really good friend of mine, Ron Jordan. And you know Ron or not? Yeah, you know Ron. He went to the Comedy Mothership with us.
Yeah,
The guy that had the other 4-pack of tickets.
Yeah, I remember him.
So he was putting on, he's like huge in the VeeFriends, and particularly the VeeFriends compete and collect those like cards. If you remember those, that's like a whole thing. You know anything about those cards?
I've seen them, and I've seen people. What's his name? Adam Rips or something that does back grips.
Adam
and
Rips
stuff.
was all over. I saw that guy a bunch. He was all over. So Ron put on an event Saturday morning that was like a sanctioned tournament with like it was like a $500 prize and a bunch of art and all kinds of stuff they were giving out. And they had food. It was like a whole brunch thing. And that was really cool. I started at 9. I went to 1. Gary showed up to it. So there's probably like 50 people there. Gary comes walking in and he's like a rock star wherever he goes. You know what I mean? Like people follow him and like crowd him around, and that must be crazy for him. But Gary showed up. It was very nice. Shook my hand, pretend like he remembered who I was.
Well, were you like, hey, it's Michael Keane?
No. He just looked at me. He's like, oh, good to see you, brother. And we like dapped and hugged. He was talking.
He probably does remember you.
He knew my face.
Yeah, he saw you at the first 2 VeeCons. He saw you for your FaceTime.
Oh, right, and we interviewed him. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I look a little bit different right now, but he probably recognized me. If I would have said, "Do you know who I am?" I don't know if he would have really known.
If he like maybe not your name, but like I think he's like really good at remembering.
He is really good.
Yeah.
He might have been like, "Oh yeah, we did that in Minneapolis."
Yeah.
Right.
Remember you like gave him a gift too? He probably
the Hugh Douglas autograph card. Yeah, I could. If I would have said that, I gave you the Hugh Douglas autograph card. That he would have remembered. Yeah, that's funny. But he is like still. He's really good at making everybody feel special. Like I watch him do it, and like because it's weird. Like I have people come up to me.
That's his superpower. I feel like
it is. I'm the opposite with people. If I said this before, like people will come up to me at like my kid's school and be like, "Hi, Mike, how are you?" And I'll like literally like, I've never seen this person in my life. It's like some kind of disorder I have. There were people doing that to me.
That's called too much weed.
It's a disorder, Jennifer.
From smoking weed.
So, yeah.
That's what I blame my bad memory on. Like, I swear, I had good memory up until I was in my stoner phase. And then after that, like, I feel like my memory is like so, and I'm not trying to reinforce it. My sister's like, stop saying that. You're like reinforcing it. But it's like, anyways, I blame the weed.
I could see that. So I blame the undiagnosed ADHD. That's what I blame. So, but I really have that thing. So like somebody would come up to me and just be like, "Hey, Mike, what's up?" And I'm just like, I need to wait for context clues to figure out who they are a lot of times. If you don't have like certain facial hair, certain glasses, or a certain haircut that like stands out, I have a problem. It's getting worse as I get older. It's not good.
You just have to like pretend that you, I mean, like,
I do pretend.
Okay, yeah.
But sometimes it's obvious. Like I don't like. Yeah, I don't.
You're
I
like, hey,
who are you? Oh, yeah.
Don't say their name.
So good to see you. I know. And then I just wait. Like I don't. I've always had a problem with saying people's names because like I don't want to say it unless I'm like 1,000% sure. And then I have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always doubting myself. So I'm so bad. I'm so bad. If I met you at this and you saw that for me, just know that I feel horrible inside every time it happens. I'm like, oh my God, it's not good. But that happened a couple times. But usually like after like 30 seconds or a minute of talking, I'll figure it out. If they say something like, when we met before, like I always
sometimes people look familiar and you're like, how did we meet? Like you're just like, you look so familiar.
Well, I said that to a lot of people, like you look really familiar. And they said like, you know, because it's all the VeeFriends people. It's the same people from the last 3 years. But they've really, like, that community is really stuck together. When I go to those events, like when I went to Rob's event and when I went to Ron's event, like that is a tight knit group of people. You know, like I'm like a little bit on the outside, like I'm friends with a bunch of people, but like not like I could see that they've really still connected and stayed together. The VeeFriends community.
That's awesome.
You can definitely tell that. All right, so finally got into VeeCon Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon was kind of like the outdoor day.
Wait, was there a super long line? Oh, wait, outdoor day, never mind.
Not to get in. There were no lines to get in, which is very nice.
For any of the days?
Not to get into the main area. There was a couple of the stages. There were lines and you couldn't get to a couple of the stages a couple times. So Friday, I'll kind of give a layout of like the lay of the land. So it's at LA Live, which is like this giant complex in downtown LA. It's restaurants, it's venues. There's a Microsoft Theater. There's the Norvo Theater. There's the Peacock Theater. There's like a whole outdoor courtyard with like restaurants. So they kind of fenced it off and put up VeeCon. So like the outdoor area, you had to, go through security to get in. And most of it was outdoors on the first day. It was very, very hot. It was pretty hot out there in LA. But luckily I am from South Florida, so it wasn't.
And you're used to that hot yoga, so.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's very true. So let's describe what the outdoor area was like. It was like, how they have lots of like games to play and like oversized checkers and Battleship, and they had all different things like that. Like they were giving away different kinds of food. They did have vendors. Like if you wanted a bottle of water they were free water stations. But if you wanted a soda, it was like $7 for a can of soda. Drinks were expensive, like, cause it was LA and it was the LA Live vendors, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it was expensive if you wanted like that kind of stuff. But you could bring in empty water bottles and fill them up, which was nice. So you walk around, there's all those things. Way in the back, they had like Gary's garage sale. And that was, like they had last year with like the card vendors set up. There were actually a couple of empty booths there. It was a little bit sparse. It was okay though. I don't think those vendors seemed like they did pretty good. I feel like a lot of them kind of packed up a little early. Because when you're there at this thing, you're not buying these huge collectibles and carrying them all around. I don't know. I don't think that hit maybe like they wanted. It was cool to see that stuff, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of people buying. There was a Fanatics booth there, and they were giving away the compete and collect cards all weekend. Like everybody could get one for free if you downloaded the app. That was nice.
Did you do that?
I did, and I got a free one. I gave it to my daughter. That was one of the gifts I got for my kids. I brought home. Oh, I should have said at the WOW event, there was it was a golf project, and I forget their name. Sorry, guys. But they had a little booth there where they could take your picture and put it onto this really cool sports card, and they put it into like a snap case. And I actually sent them a picture of my son Edward catching a fish, and they turned that into this really cool baseball card for him. So I got that for him. Yeah. I got that for him. I got the V Friends one for my daughter Serenity. And then Katz, our friend Katz, she made 3,000 little vinyl figurines of a character called Rosa the Warrior that she made. And she gave me one of those as well. So I gave that to Ivy. So all three of my kids got a little.
Did they like the gifts?
They liked the gifts, definitely. Yep.
Nice.
They liked the gifts. And I also got them Pikachu Oreos from Indonesia.
Oh,
at this like
what?
Shop. Yeah.
Oh,
there's this store there that has like all these foreign snacks, like different flavored Kit Kats from Japan and M&Ms from all that kind of stuff. And they had these like Pikachu Oreo cookies.
Interesting.
That I got for my kiddos. Yeah. Let's see. Friday, Danica Patrick was there. Jerome Bettis, Joy Taylor, Bobby Adelhoff. What's her name? You know her?
Oh, the really good podcast.
Yeah, she's
her,
got a great
right?
podcast. She's really funny.
No, isn't that's the name of her podcast? The Really Good Podcast or something?
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, she has a really good.
I thought you just said she has a really good podcast.
Really, I need to make sure. They're really, they're really good podcast. Yeah,
that's subjective, but okay. Yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. She's like so funny and dry. Like you know what I mean?
See, I don't like her humor, but she's very popular, and yeah, a lot of people like that type of dry humor.
Yeah, she's a unique. I don't know. She like makes people uncomfortable. I like.
She's cute. Yeah,
for sure. So she was on a panel there. I didn't even know that she was going to be there. Also, who came down was Joe DiPietro, who I'm working with at Ohio State. He lives in LA, so he came on Friday to VeeCon with me. and we hung out all day, met some cool people, and that was nice. And then we went to a Korean barbecue spot that was recommended by Daryl, NFTCATCHERTRIAL, who you remember from Austin, possibly. So that was amazing. Korean barbecue is the alpha if you're going to Los Angeles. Not for you, I'm sorry, because it is you're cooking meat. You're cooking meat on a hot stone in the middle of the table in front of you. Like
that's kind of fun though. I like seeing the hot stone stuff.
Good.
I think it's really cool.
It's so good. And then they do have they have lots of like kimchi and all kinds of stuff like that. But I don't know if if it's enough for a meal for you there, but they probably have noodle dishes. I don't even know. But Korean barbecue is so good. We went a second time to a different place the next day. I went Friday and Saturday to epic Korean barbecue spots. Epic. Some of the best meals I've had in a long time.
What were the names of the restaurants?
Oh boy, let's see.
I feel like people are going to be like, tell me the alpha.
No, I got you. The first one was called Chung Ki Wa, spelled just like it sounds. Chung Ki, Ki Wa. And it is on Olympic Boulevard in Koreatown.
LA does have really great, like, independent, locally owned restaurants.
They sure do. Let's see. The other place, this actually was the epic one. Hae Jang Chan. HAEJANG Chan, CHON. That place, this was an all-you-can-eat one where they just keep coming and just keep dumping piles of meat on your hots. Oh, my God. It was so good. So, oh, man. Let's go get some more now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, now Michael's hungry.
No, it's all good. So the Korean barbecue late lunch on Friday. That's actually an early dinner. Because then after that was Fuck It Friday, which was the Mutant Ape event, the second Fuck It Friday Mutant Ape event. It was at a place called the Cannabis Cafe, fitting for the apes. And that was awesome. All the LA apes were there. A lot of people I know. Michael K was there. My buddy Attila, who I've met at Art Basel at other ape events, who's an awesome dude, was there. Baron Von Hustle. Hung out with Elytra a lot this weekend. Saw her at pretty much all the events at VeeCon. We hung out a lot. It was really cool.
Nice.
Logic was there. Julian Gilliam, who we had on the show when you were away. My buddy Aaron Haber put on a comedy event there for his Laughing Ape project. He got that AIP pass, and now he does one a month. And it was awesome. It was a really fun night. They were walking around serving food. It was outdoors, indoors, West Hollywood. Good vibe, all really good stuff. And then I went home about 2:00 in the morning that night. That was Friday night. I got home late. Took it.
Wow.
I know, it's late. And 2 a.m. Pacific is 5 a.m. Eastern.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
What time did you wake up?
Late. Probably like 11. I was up a couple, but I just chilled in bed because, the day before I was, it was long days. So it was nice to be able to sleep. And I did miss Gary's opening speech. He came on at 9:00 on Saturday, and there was just no way.
He always does that super early just to get people to
get everybody in there. And he says, "Don't miss it." He's tweeting it like something's gonna happen. He's hyping you up, getting you in there. So Saturday, the one panel I actually wanted to see was Steve's. To go support Steve.
Yes.
If you wanted to go to stages 2, 3, or 4. So stage 1 was the giant Microsoft Theater in the main venue. I think it's like a 2,500 person theater. Stage 2 was this place called the Norvo, which is like a little music club. It's like a music venue, 400 or 500 person capacity probably. And then the other stages I couldn't get to. Steve's was on stage 3. You actually had to go out, go around the block to these other theaters and then get in line. And they were we got there a half hour before his speech. And it was we're at capacity and there's already a line around the block. We waited there for a while. Couldn't get in. Yeah, nobody could get in. Everybody Steve knows couldn't get in to see his first
What
one.
was the capacity?
180.
Dang, everyone was down to see Steve.
I guess. And it was Terrell Jones too. Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
I know. It wasn't great. It wasn't ideal, but what are you going to do? I didn't like having to go in and out and
I think you had to walk so far and everything.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it wasn't that far, but I mean,
oh, okay.
We just going out of the venue, I was around the block. It was it was a block away or whatever. But,
okay.
It wasn't they should have made it so you were in, you were in.
Right. Like the last 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit different with the, like, it all being in one spot, all being in the, in the stadium and all that. But there was actually a lot of walking in the stadium. There was like, this covered less ground, even though you had to go in and out. Like, if you remember the stadium, you had to walk far to get from place to place.
Oh, yeah.
Up all those steps, remember going up those steps and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so we had that late Korean barbecue lunch on Saturday. I went with Steve. I went with Caruso from Wicked Craniums. Remember Wicked Craniums?
Yes, Caruso's missing hair. That guy.
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't even know that's his handle. Yeah, really good dude.
That used to be his handle anyway. I don't know.
Probably. I don't know if it is or isn't, but we got along really well. He's a really good dude. He's working on actually like a ticket stub type of business where he's still working on Wicked Craniums also, but he's working on ticket stub business. Whereas after you go to an event, you end up with a stub, which is a piece of art. And you can also connect your memories to it from the event, and you have that forever on chain. Really cool. Then we went to Katz's party Saturday night. She did a rooftop, another one of her takeover parties. That was awesome. It was, outdoors on the roof, beautiful sunset. You can see the mountains. We're on like the 10th floor of some hotel. Awesome party. Katz throws a good party, good vibe. And all the same people were there. It's pretty much the same crews now at this point. Like if I start naming names, it's the same people, which is fine. But that's just, it's the way it was. And then I actually left there about 9 and Ubered to Hollywood to go to the Comedy Store, world famous Comedy Store, lineup of comics. It was a 10:30 show, walked all around the Sunset Strip, went into the show. That was really, really funny. A lot of good comics. This lady, Annie Letterman, she was so funny. She came out and she was just like, all she did for like 15 minutes was just like roast the crowd and like talk about like who was dating and like, are you guys fighting and what are you fighting about? Like, I don't know. It was so funny, like what she was doing to people. Like they were like so embarrassed. You could see their faces. It was really good. So I did that. And then I actually that was over at like 2:00 in the morning or 1:30. And then I walked like a mile up the Sunset Strip, like in the middle of the night. I don't even know why, just to walk. And it was like, seeing all the crazy homeless people and all that stuff going on. So,
yeah, LA can get really sketch.
Yeah, definitely. I walked by the Chateau Marmot, I think it's called. And I looked up the history of it. And it was because it looked really cool. And it was like this old hotel from almost 100 years ago. But it was real popular with lots of stars. Like Jim Morrison stayed there in the late 60s. I lived there for a while. And James Dean and like all kinds of people lived there and all kinds of stories. It was really cool. And also came across the Jim Henson studio, which is the Muppets studio where they did all that stuff. And that studio was Charlie Chaplin's studio before it was Jim Henson's. No piece of history.
Charlie Chaplin. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a throwback.
Charlie Chaplin. What
all those silent, like those black and white silent movies. He was so funny. And he didn't even talk. That was so crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine being such a star, right? They don't even talk.
There was no audio track. So funny.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, he was a superstar back in the day. So that was a good night. And I got back to my room super late. And then Sunday morning, I slept in again, got to the conference probably around noon. And Michael K did a panel, and that was really good. Do you know, by the way, you remember his company, Wildcard?
Yeah, they got acquired, right?
Yeah, by MetaMask. So
by MetaMask.
So and MetaMask, as part of the deal, wouldn't buy them unless they got to keep the team. So Michael's new role is like, let me look at. He's got like a great title at MetaMask, and he was telling me like he's literally designing and working on the next iteration of MetaMask to onboard people, simple, easy, safe, no key phrases. He is the senior business development manager at MetaMask.
Wow.
Really, really, yeah, like he's freaking killing it. But he did a stage and it was really good. He's really smart. He went on this little rant and at the end of it, talking about how to onboard people safely and how to do it. And you can't just be onboarding people and tell them to go get a seed phrase and good luck. Like he got like, I wouldn't call it a standing ovation, but there was like a big clap of people. Like he just made some really, really good points.
He's so passionate. We had him on the pod like a year ago, probably.
Yeah, totally.
And I just remember how passionate he was, like when he was talking about, cybersecurity.
He is very passionate. That's true. Very, very passionate. And he's keeping it up and they're crushing. I can't believe they got bought by MetaMask. And it's funny, like their business, it was free. It was totally free all the time. I always kept thinking like it's such an awesome service, but it's totally free. What's the end goal? And I guess it was to get bought by MetaMask.
Yes, let's go. Right? Yeah. That's amazing.
That's really, really cool. So that was Saturday. Okay, I'm on Sunday. So Michael's and then Steve's speech. This one was at the outdoor stage 5 on Saturday. It was Steve, Thread Guy, and Jeremy Gianelli. Do you know Jeremy from VeeFriends?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. With the heart. He's got the heart. Let me tell you, he was really, really nice. I met him for the first time and he goes, "Oh my God, Michael Keene." He's like, "I love your guys' podcast." He goes, he said something like, you always like take things to such a philosophical level. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God.
He listens to the pod. Let's go.
I know. Like I was like, no one's even ever said that before. I was like, he was so nice. Gave me a great hug. And one thing I thought, like, there are no hugs like there are in the VeeFriends community. I don't even know. Like, they give the best hugs. Christy Russell gives the best hug like I've almost ever had in my life. The VeeFriends the VeeFriends give.
I love a nice hug.
Hugs. Yeah. A good hug is good for sure.
That's awesome. Jeremy, I met him in New York at NFT NYC, I think last year or maybe the year. Yeah, no, not this last one because I didn't go, but the one before that. And he's like so friendly and nice. He was like interviewing and he runs the VeeFriends account, I think, right?
I think he does. I know he's like their community lead. I got to send him a message because that really meant a lot. That was really, really nice of him to do. I said he's character performer at VeeFriends. I don't even know what that means. Maybe he dresses. Does he get dressed in those characters? Is that what he does?
I don't know.
Because there were those characters running around.
Maybe he's the black cat.
Could be. He was, Jared was super, super nice guy though. I can't say enough nice things about how nice he was. What else do I have here? Oh yeah. So Gary's selfie station was going on all weekend and it was outside in the heat. And you know how he does it. Like there's a lot of people as long as he'll do it. And there was one point where I was watching it and I was probably like 20 feet away and I was watching him talk to somebody and he looked up and we made eye contact and he continued engaging with that person, gave me the peace sign and a head nod. And I was just like, so impressive that he was like, keep all that together.
See, he does remember you.
I mean, yeah, I would like to be like, what's my name?
You should have tested him. I think he does. He totally does.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll ask one day.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was all really nice. The whole VeeFriends team is really, really friendly. I know that starts from Gary at the top. So that was that day. And then when the selfie station ended, his dad came, his girlfriend came to like walk him to the main stage. Cause that was when he was getting ready to do his keynote. And I think it's his wife now. I think they got married. I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him having a wedding and getting married. But even when they were there and the selfie station was over, he still kept doing more selfies and talking to more people. Like he was like so intent on connecting with every person. And that's what he's supposed to do. And I know all that, but it's just, I've never seen anything like it. Like he can do it at such a star level because he's literally like John Lennon when he walks around that place. You have crowds of people following him. Everybody wants to tell him something, give him something, pitch him something, like everybody, every single person. And he takes it all in. He does such a good job. So we went into the big giant theater, which was where his keynote was. And I only stayed for about 10 minutes of it because I had to head to the airport. I was on that red eye last night. But one thing he did say, I missed it, but I think the biggest piece of news from it is that this will not be the last VeeCon.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously. This will not.
Oh my gosh. VeeCon. Well, this was, everyone was saying, I mean, I even thought that this would be the last because they had only promised 3 years of VeeCons, but Okay, so now this is not going to be the last one.
That's what he said, but there weren't any details. Now, that doesn't necessarily say there's one next year. It doesn't necessarily say it's going to be free. It doesn't necessarily say anything like that. There was a lot of talk during the week of if it was the last one, what it would be like. My thought, what I kept thinking in my head was like, with seeing all these people and seeing all these side events, Gary could say, hey, everybody, let's go to Toronto the weekend of August 27th. And I'm going to sponsor 5 different side events, and we're going to do all kinds of cool stuff all over the city. You know, I could see that and calling that VeeCon, theoretically.
Yeah, but this is Gary V. I feel like if he's going to do something, like he's going to do it big. Yeah, he's going to like throw an actual conference.
Yeah, and I think what I didn't realize, I knew I heard it before, and it kind of re-clicked this time, like thinking about how much this probably cost them, but the cities actually supplement some of it. I know the other 2 did for sure. I don't know to what degree, but I know the cities supplement some of the cost of.
And they have a bunch of sponsors too. Like I'm sure a lot of sponsors.
They do. Yeah, Mattel was a sponsor, and Cheetahs, and there was Cheetos. There was all kinds of sponsors. You're right about that.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, I saw all. There were so many, and I think they're doing good. I think they're doing just fine. They're smart with it.
They're definitely doing fine. So yeah, that was I headed home after that. That was my VeeCon. I landed at 4:30 this morning.
Jeez. Did you go to and then your kids went to school?
Well, I had to take them to school, and then I dropped them, and I got home at like 8:15, and I slept from like 8 till noon.
Nice. So what was your favorite panel? Like, did you have one that really stood out? That you were able to actually see?
I mean, if I had my favorite, like, I didn't see a ton of panels. I didn't run around seeing a ton of them. Like, the Danica Patrick one was cool. The Michael K's one was really good. He was there with somebody from Polygon and somebody from Magic Wallet. The Ron Jordan was on one about like mental health and physical health. That was good. Honestly, even some of the ones I was sitting at, I was having a conversation, if I'm being honest.
Did you see Mumbot there? I saw that she went. You said she wasn't going to be there. You lied.
She wasn't. And then I know she messaged me on Friday. Andy can confirm because we're in the same group text. Jenny calling me a liar.
Wow.
That she was coming Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And we got together Sunday, took a selfie, put it in the Ghost Club Discord. Mumbot's doing great. Yeah, she was cool to see her. But I did tell her it was, last year at VeeCon, if you remember, it was the whole Ghost Club was there. And that was one of my favorite parts, hanging out with all those artists. I love that. I miss that vibe. I miss that crew being there.
Yeah. Yep. Did you take many pictures? Like, I didn't really see you post anything. Oh, remember I found you in a photo.
That was
I found Michael in a photo and he retweeted it. So
that was hilarious. That was leaving Katz's party in this elevator on the way down, and it was like packed to the gills. And someone took that picture. That's hilarious that I was in there. I probably didn't even get tagged, did I?
Magic Mike. Well, so Corso had tweeted, "What was your favorite moment you captured at VeeCon?" And I was just looking through because people posted photos, and then I saw an elevator pic and you were in it, and I was like, oh my god, and I immediately sent it to Michael. But
that is so funny.
Yeah, and Magic Mike, they posted it. But yeah, I told Michael I was hunting for Michael cameos. I was trying to find him, and I was looking through the hashtags. I was trying to find pics of you out there in the wild.
Yeah, I have some. I didn't post. I honestly, if you look at my Twitter, I don't think I've really posted anything proper in a while. I need to get back.
Yeah, you should just post a little collage, just like a couple.
Yeah,
photos.
I posted something on August 3rd for Corey Van Loo when I went to this thing. Got 13 likes.
Let's go.
And then I think so. Before that, reposts, just lots of reposts. I posted when I went to a soccer game with my son. I got 5 likes. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, but who cares about the likes? I just want to see the photos.
Okay.
Or just send them to me or something.
I could send some.
I want to see the
Discord chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should send them in the NFT Catcher.
Oh, good idea.
Discord. That way everyone else can.
Okay. Okay, good idea. I will do that. I think I didn't take a million pictures, but I got some cool ones. Yeah. I got some cool. We got a couple cool ones at LA.
So, did you see any of the performances?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think any of them were really up my alley.
Yeah.
Like, who was it?
Sweetie, T-Pain.
I don't know who Sweetie is.
Or it's like Saweetie or something. Anyways, and T-Pain. I mean, you've heard T-Pain.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. That's not my thing.
Yeah, actually, I saw. Oh, Patron! Shout out Patron. Their username on Twitter is Alpha is Free, and they posted some videos actually of the performances. That's where I was watching.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did it look good?
Yeah, it looked like a vibe. I mean, no Jordan Sparks like last year, but
and Andrew Scholes, literally my
I missed that one.
5 comedians. Oh yeah.
Oh really? Top 5. Wow.
Oh, he might be my favorite. Like right now, going, he's literally not all time, but he's right up there as my favorite comedian. I love Andrew. He is hilarious. Yeah. Anything else? What else anything else with VeeCon? What else we got to bring up?
Did you buy anything? I mean, I guess you bought some things for your kids, but did you people give you stickers or anything like that?
Yeah, I got some stickers, some pins.
Nice.
Add to the collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I have a bunch of NFT pins. I've never even collected or bought pins before until NFT conferences, and somehow I've accumulated a bunch.
Old collection.
Yeah, I guess I'm a NFT pin collector.
Yeah, you never know. One of them might be worth something one day. Somebody becomes famous and was like, you don't even know.
This was their pin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This was their first ever pin.
How was the layout compared to the first two? You know how it was more stadium? I've never been to the LA Live.
Yeah, it was. It was outdoors and hot most of it, unless you were going into one of the theaters.
Oh, most was outdoor?
It was all outdoors unless you were going into the theaters.
What?
Yeah, the speeches. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, and hot.
Okay, yeah.
It was a little more compact because, obviously those other ones were gigantic football stadiums. It was similar kind of stuff with games and activations and sponsor booths and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah. It had the VeeFriends vibe that you'd expect.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, LA Live is just a different type of venue than a football stadium, but it was neat.
Sweet. Anything else you want to say about your VeeCon experience? How would you rate it in comparison to the other ones?
To be honest with you, I personally probably had the most fun that I had at any of the 3.
Wow.
As far as just having fun and accomplishing stuff and being with good people, I really did. I had a good time. I'm also in a better place than I was, especially for last year's one.
Yeah, mentally.
Yeah, 100%.
That's great.
Yeah.
So VeeCon, hot or not? What's it gonna be?
Hot for me. No, it's hot for me. You guys know how I feel about Gary Vee. I know there's people say there's detractors, there's people that, VeeFriends isn't the vibe or whatever. It's not the coolest thing in the world, but I have all the respect for Gary. I don't have any problems with anything he's done, and he's doing it. I love it. I'm a huge fan, and I have no problems. I think it's awesome. I'd love to go to another one, and it's all good. I thought it was tremendous.
Nice, sweet. Well, that was a great recap.
Thanks. Yeah, I knew I had to take notes because there was a lot going on.
Yeah. It's hard to remember everything as you take. Yeah, oh no, for sure. I need to take notes. I need to look through my photos.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks for letting me go through that whole story. That was fun to recap.
Oh yeah, of course. We always have to recap anytime we go to events, It's part of the NFC Catcher pod.
Yes, it is. Yeah, people are used to that. We do a preview and a recap usually.
Yeah.
We do a little preview as part of it. I leave it in.
Right.
Not a whole bit. Yeah, we definitely recap our events. And the next one I'm going to is 8th Fest in Lisbon in about 2 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Hell yeah. And then Art Basel.
Oh, yeah, because you're right there.
Yep.
Miami. Well, who knows when the next event I will be at will be, but until next time, folks, thank you for tuning in to the VeeCon recap episode, and we will catch you guys in the next episode of the NFT Catcher podcast. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFTCatcherPod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.